welcome to my channel. You are watching me. So recently I posted a video in Vietnamese talking about my experience and also some advice and tips on how to get a job as a flight attendant with Emirates Airlines. Some of you asked me for an English version of it, so here I am speaking English. Before we start, I just want to make something clear. This is my own experience. I'm not working for Emirates anymore, so I'm not representing Emirates at all. English is not my first language, so please excuse my accent. If you don't like my accent, you don't like me, you don't like my channel, or you don't like this topic, why are you still here? Otherwise, I kindly invite you to sit down, make yourself comfortable, get some drink, some snack, and we're gonna have a chat. Now I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is JustDUY. I am Vietnamese. I was working for Emirates Airlines for 3 years and 8 months from 2012 to 2016. At the time that I resigned, I had been working in business class for almost 2 years. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you about the path that led me to Emirates. So at that time, I was a business graduate. 2 months after graduating from business school, I was lost. I was clueless. I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And one beautiful day, I saw an ad on a newspaper recruiting cabin crew from EVA Airways of Taiwan. So I was like, well, since I have nothing better to do, so I might as well just give it a try. I went there to the interview and everybody was like talking about Emirates Airlines is recruiting too. It just opened a new flight to Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. They said Emirates is like, this is the top airline and it is so difficult to get a job with Emirates unless you have so many experience. And I was like, what? How hard can it be, you know? I was like, well, I'll give it a try because I love challenge. The thing that's different in Vietnam here is we don't really have an open day. Like instead of going to like an open day with thousands of people, we go through agency and they narrow down the number of the contestants to go to a proper interview day. So I applied and went through the agency. After I received invitation email to invite me to go to the interview with the Dubai recruiting team. They came from Dubai to Vietnam to recruit. I'm like, hey, cool. So the day before my interview day, I started to do my research. It's pretty late, but you know, I was doing it for fun, pretty much. About 2012, there wasn't that much of information available. However, I still remember one website. It was my Bible before. And I was just like keep looking on that website, and I also link it below if you guys are interested in looking. Okay, so now I will start to talk about the interview process and what need to be prepared. I didn't really have much time to prepare to make my CV so special. So whatever CV that I had at that time, I just apply it. So I don't think my CV is that special or different than anyone else, and I didn't have that much experience either. So anyway, I just found my CV on my Gmail, and then I posted this right here. I believe there's like tons of websites that help you to improve your CV and make your CV look more professional and make a good impression with your recruiters. So yeah, definitely check them out. As you guys might know, the tip here is just like you use the pictures of Emirates cabin crew as a reference. Just looking at the pictures and try to do your makeup and your hair just like that. About the hair, you can just tie it up nicely, or you can just make like a French twist or like a nice updo. As long as your hair looks neat and tidy, you want the recruiter to see your face so that they are able to just imagine how wonderful you look with a uniform on. About the nails as well, it needs to be really professional. Groom your nails nicely, painting some clear polish, French nails, red nails, you know, it really is up to you. Stalking, so like not very important thing because like stalking. No, it's very important, and then it needs to match your skin tone. Because come on, it's like me, like I am kinda tan. What if I wear like a super light color stocking? It would look ridiculous on me. All of that seems to be like a lot, but that's all you have to prepare pretty much every day when you show up for work. Here, for the interview, you need to show them that you at least make some effort. So I remember when I went for the interview, I dressed really simple. I had like a white shirt and like a black skirt just above my knee. I remember dressing professional, not too tight and not too revealing, because apply for Emirates Airline is a Muslim country and their culture to be reserved. So you need to show that you really respect that cultures of them. At that time when I went for the interview with Emirates, I didn't really do much research about scars and tattoo because I was lucky enough not to have any crazy or visible scar, and I didn't have any tattoo at that time. So I was like, I started to work for Emirates. I learned scars and tattoos are fine when they are not visible. What does visible mean? It means that as long as when you wear the uniform, you cannot see any scars or tattoo. They are fine to have, A lot of guys that I flew with on board, they had huge tattoo, all the sleeve full of tattoo. For them it's okay because when they wear the male uniform, this is a long sleeve shirt, so you don't really see the tattoo. So for guys that they want to do your tattoo, I recommend you just after getting the job with Emirates, then thinking about getting tattoo. I think it's very important for you to get to know the company, get to know the process before you actually apply for it. So do your research really well, find as much information as you possibly can just to know about the company, so it's also give you a head up compared to other people to impress the recruiter, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the day that I went for the interview. That day there was about 200 people was there, and I was shocked when I walked into the place because everybody looks absolutely beautiful and professional. And I was like, okay. After that, we met with the representative from Dubai. So it was like two of them, two ladies, and they make a presentation about Emirates in general, like some basic information that you need to know about the company, the flight, the destination, the size of the company, and the benefit of being a cabin crew. And the funny thing, when I was sitting there and I was like listening to all of that, and I was like, oh my god, that sounds so amazing. And I really want the job, and I wish that I prepared better. But now I need to work with what I have, what is nothing, pretty much. After that, they divide 200 people into two big groups, and then each of the lady will take responsibility for one group. And in that big group, they divide into smaller group, and we were sitting in a circle like this, and she wanted us to talk to the person next to us on the right hand side to talk about what kind of animal that representing ourselves. And then there was like a small table, each of us will come to that table, and she was started to measure our height. So I think you already know about the fact that you need to reach comfortably 212 centimeters. The reason for that is when you can reach that high, you can comfortably reach the safety equipment on the aircraft. So it's like just safety issues here. So yeah, after that you can just sit down and have a talk to her for like 1 minute or 2 minutes. So she was just like literally just ask me like, what is your name, how old are you, and how can you know about Emirates. Just be yourself, be comfortable, be approachable, smile, like, but don't smile too much. Like I saw so many people, they really overdo it. It was like this the whole time. Yeah, so I know not too much. She can smell the fakeness 2 miles away because they were trained in order to see if you are yourself or not, right? Okay, so as I remember, after that she came to the group and then she told everybody, so now each of you gonna stand up and then present to everyone here in the group about the friends that you discussed with before. Here, I don't know if it's the nation cultures or not, but many of the people in the group, they stood up, and then they spoke really confidently, they spoke in English, but when they talk, they just keep an eye contact with the recruiter, like the lady, and then she has to say like, please listen to me carefully, I told you to present to the group, not to me. So you know what I mean? Like she just basically wanted us to make eye contact with other people in the group, and she's gonna go around and observe, not really like talking to her. So now I really recommend you guys to just listen to instruction if you really make it to this point. When you started to work on board, you will see this is the most important one, and people, they would tell you every single time that you get onto a flight. So yeah, that's the key. So after that round, they gave like each of us like a small piece of paper to say like, oh, congratulations, you make it to the next round, or thank you for coming. Around 60% of us would cut. Next one, English round. Back in the time that I attended the recruiting process, was like almost 4 years ago, they gave the topic that we need to write an essay. You can have as many pieces of paper as you would love to. The topic is, what is your most memorable memory? Here's I really recommend you guys, when you write an essay, apart from the long piece of essay that you're gonna write, opening and ending is really important to add it into the essay as well, so that you know when you read it, you really know what you're reading, and then the conclusion of what you have read. So yeah, everybody have like tons of memorable memories, but it is your choice to write which one. So it's really up to you whether this is a smart decision or it's the most comfortable decision. Now here, this is all about strategy. For me, when I wrote my essay strategically about a piece of memories that I think that will make people feel touching, emotional, feel something after reading it. You know what I mean? I finished in the English round. Maybe only have like 18 of us left, I'm not sure. This is a group discussion. So we were divided into like 4 small groups, and every group will have like a small little topic to discuss. I remember our topic was like, I was a check-in agent for like a hotel, and then my hotel was like super popular for some reason, and I only have like 5 rooms left, but unfortunately there was like 10 people show up to check in, and all of them are really special. One person is like a very popular hotel journalist, and one person was like a president of something, and one couple is like honeymoon couple, and like the 3 people is like elderly, that's like with disability, you know, need to check in, stuff like that. The aims of the questions, I need to say no to 5 people and check in 5 people. Here I realized that there's no right or wrong answer to that question. Whatever answer you have to the question, you should have a backup reason for that to support your answer. That's it. Do not think too much. Give you a headache. So when you did the group discussion, they will like walk around and just, you know, listen to your conversation, how you interact with each other, how you work in a group, because on board you work in a team, like you don't work by yourself as a flight attendant. Now the tip that I have for you is be in the middle. Do not overshine everyone, and do not be so quiet and passive, and do not speaking at all. What do I mean by overshy people? I mean that you don't give anybody a chance to talk, you do not appreciate other people. It's all about you. You're the only one who talk. My opinion is the best. That is not the case at all, because you know, during the time I worked for Emirates, I realized like in this recruitment thing, they do not look for a leader. They already have leaders already. You have purser, senior cabin supervisor. The people that they need are more like followers. But followers also has to have their opinions. They cannot be like, oh, do this, do that. You need to have your opinion too. So don't be too quiet and don't talk too much. Let everybody have a chance to shine. So I remember for my group, we agreed on the fact that we will let everybody have a chance to talk in a fair play. So I think the lady, she was really appreciate that solution from us. After the group discussion, like 12 of us, I remember make it to the final interview. It was the day after that day, the night before the final interview, and that night we need to do that online personality test. There's no right or wrong answer. I really think that you should be yourself and be honest, because the questions on that test, they repeat themselves every 10 or 15 questions. I guarantee you will not remember what was the answer that you gave before for the same question. Have fun, and that's it. Hi. So we are at the final interview, the important one. They call me into the room, only one-on-one interview, and my interview lasted for about 1 hour before I took part in work and travel program for students. So I went to the States to work there for a while. She asked me about the experience I had in the States, what jobs that I had, and is there any like, you know, situation like conflict in a working environment, and how I solved the problem, and so on and so on. I was telling her there was like some situation in a working environment, and 2 of the employees were fighting, and I was there, so I was just like in the middle to try my best to stop them from fighting in front of the customer. I listened to both sides' story, and after I solved the problem, I gave her the reason why I solved the problem like that and what's those consequences of my solution. But she asked me some questions like how to deal with the customer, and is there any situation that you have a problem with the customer. I was just gonna say like whatever answer you give them, like your personal experience, choose the answer that you feel most comfortable with, and then choose the solution that you know you can give the backup reason why you make that decision. Just give extra information. After all, what happened was the problem solved and the outcome overall. So always give the reason to back up your answer, the result of the reasons and stuff like that. Be comfortable, be confident. Now it's your time to shine. Go ahead and shine through. Also, you can ask the question back to your recruiter as well, like, you know, to make it more conversational. Maybe like how to buy like how's the cabin crew job, when can you receive the result. After all, I also say thank you to her for giving me this opportunity to be here, to see for myself what can I do, you know, show your appreciation in general. 1 week after, I received a phone call from Dubai and it said, oh, congratulations, this is a golden call and you make it. And I was like, yes. The final advice that I want to give to you guys is be yourself. Don't try to be someone else because they wanted to hire you and they wanted to see you for who you are, not who you try to be. Because when you make it to the interview round, you are the image that they wanted to have for their company. So be super confident about yourself. Prove to them that you are the one that they should hire. Also prepare a lot and relax. And moreover, if everything fails, don't give up. Try again and again. I flew with so many other cabin crew that they try out for the job 10 times and finally they make it. So they never gave up on their dream. So why would you? Go for it. Follow your dream. Anyway, I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the best. So if you enjoy watching this video, please like, subscribe, and share to your friends and family. I would really appreciate that. And you can find all the information that I mentioned on this clip in the description box below. And then you can leave me some comments to ask some questions or just to let me know like what kind of video I should make next. I know my videos are more about my experience as a girl in order to get a job as cabin crew with Emirates. So if there are any guys that are interested in getting a job with Emirates as cabin crew, can leave me some comment and I will invite a special guest to come here and talk to you about his experience of getting a job as flight attendant with Emirates. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching and until next time.